Hey, I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at StockMarketMentor.com, and this is your free chart of the day for the weekend of May 2nd and 3rd. Okay, here's what I want to talk about today. It won't take too long, but I got some things, and this is a perfect way to start. There's an old concept in trading called your first loss is your best loss. And what that means is that if you're wrong on a stock, and you're losing money, and you know you're wrong on it, you need to take that loss. You can't sit here and white knuckle it like so many people do to say, well, I can't afford to sell it now. I've lost too much money. I can't afford to sell. I'll wait for it to come back. Lord knows, I can't tell you the number of people that I've seen say that either in, Stock Market Mentor, in actually, it hasn't happened in a long time when I think about it. You guys are learning in the forum. But somebody will say, well, I can't afford to sell it, I'll wait till I get my money back. So once the stock moves back up to where I bought it, or even close to it, then I'll go ahead and sell it. And I say, well, if you knew that the stock was going to do that, then wouldn't you buy more? Well, I'm not supposed to average down and try to buy myself out of a loss. Well, that's right. But aren't you essentially doing the same thing intellectually when you're saying, well, I'm not going to take the loss, but when the stock moves up to where I bought it, then I'll go ahead and sell it. Okay, now you're assuming that you're always going to be able to get your money back, and you can't. Okay, on Stratasys, for example, okay, this stock, kind of a high short interest. That didn't work out too well, though. It worked out great for the shorts, but there was no bounce. Okay, the stock closes here at $39.93, and you're saying, well, I can't afford to sell it. I'll wait till it gets back up to 50. Okay, now 2 days later, it's down at $36.71. Had you said, well, my first loss is my best loss, and this thing really smarts, you go ahead and sell the stock, you would have avoided losing another 8%. You'd have sold it 8% higher than the stock is now. You look at Twitter. Okay, you got stopped out here, but it was just a mental stop, and you couldn't believe how the stock was trading, so you're still holding the stock right into the close. The stock closes at 42.27, but by golly, you didn't sell. You knew you were wrong, but you didn't sell. You didn't sell on this day. You didn't sell up here when your stop was hit. You're going to wait till the stock snaps back. Okay, well, right now you're clutching your desk, knuckles are white, and you're hoping that Google or Facebook buys Twitter, right? Well, because you didn't sell there, okay, you're down another 10% here. Okay, JUNO. Do you know that this is another good example? JUNO, a breakdown below the 50-day moving average. Crap, I know I'm wrong here. I know. Let me get this over. Okay, I wasn't expecting this because I thought that this was going to hold and the stock was going to bounce higher. So I can't sell it here. I can't sell it at 50.81. I'm going to wait till it comes back into the 60s. Okay. Now, you didn't sell it at 50.81. You probably were one of those guys that sold it 17% lower because you freaked out because you thought the stock was going to zero. So you took this big loss ultimately, or you're still holding it, hoping yet again that the stock's going to ultimately get up into the 50s or 60s, and it might. But the issue is, your first loss was your best loss. If you can get used to, even if it's taken a big loss, if you can get used to just taking your licking, keep on ticking, and then look for, if you need to, look for a better entry where the stock truly does look like it's done going down, then you're going to do just fine. You'll take these big losses once in a while, but the loss that you would have taken here is not as great as the loss that you're sitting on right now. Same thing with Twitter. Hopefully this goes up, but right now it just looks like a dead stock to me. So anyway, I hope this helps. Members, over to the strategy session. There's a lot of nuggets in there for you. I went to great lengths to talk about some tactics, strategies, and stocks that are going to work for you in this market. So I want you to get over there. If you haven't tried Stock Market Mentor, give it a shot. Its first 30 days are on me.